Will the digital transition obstacle or boost the ecological one? The question is as topical as ever. A few weeks ago, Ethereum, the blockchain with the largest number of applications, completed its software upgrade, known as merge, moving to a more environmental friendly framework. On the one hand, technological evolution can thus facilitate energy efficiency, especially in contexts related to Industry 4.0 and the Internet of Things. Analysis by Accenture, in collaboration with the World Economic Forum, shows that digital technology, if scaled across industry, could reduce emission by 20% by 2050 in the three highest emitting sectors: energy, materials, and mobility. At the same time, the data economy is growing exponentially, and together with it, it is increasing the number of interconnected devices and their environmental impact. If ECT were a state, it would be the fifth most polluting one in the world. Digital technologies are responsible for 4% of all greenhouse gas emissions, twice the emissions attributed to global air traffic. This percentage is expected to grow to 8.5% by 2025, equal to all the emissions of light vehicles on the road. Reducing these numbers, besides being a necessity for the environment, can become a central factor in the global technology competition. When thinking about digital pollution, it is inevitable to start with the devices we use most in our day, smartphones. Each smartphone generates roughly 90 kilos of CO2 in its lifespan, from raw material extraction to end-of-life treatment. To put this on a scale, 90 kilos of CO2 is half of the emissions one would realize over a year driving about 20,000 kilometers in an average polluting car. Considering that there are 6.6 billion smartphones worldwide, it is easy to see that the production and disposal of technological devices is a crucial issue in the debate on digital carbon footprint, not least because currently only 17.4% of the world's e-waste is recycled, wasting the precious rare material metals from which devices are made. Policies incentivizing refurbished and recycled devices could also represent a small step toward technological sovereignty, especially for the European Union, which only holds 4% of the global supply chain of critical raw materials used in digital devices. European Parliament presented a resolution on the right to repair, which aims to declare obsolescence an unfair trade practice. By the end of the year, the Commission will present its proposal on the subject, which would be almost unique worldwide. In the US, except for New York State, which adopted the Digital Fair Repair Act, the other 40 right repair bills introduced last year in 27 states have been rejected. However, digital devices are just the tip of the iceberg. Digital data are far more polluting electronic devices, although their dematerialization leads us to think that our online behavior does not have an environmental footprint. It is well known that activities such as Bitcoin mining are highly polluting. There is less awareness on the environmental footprint of more common online activities. A Google search produces up to 10 grams of CO2, and around 8.5 billion Google searches are made daily. A single megabyte email consumes 20 grams of CO2. Consequently, all the emails sent worldwide in 1 year produce as much carbon dioxide as 7 million cars. All this data take up space in data centers that require a tremendous amount of energy, 1% of global energy consumption. As a result, they are responsible for about 50% of all energy consumed by digital ecosystems. Given this data, it can be better understood why this summer Meta was forced to drop plans to build a data center on the outskirts of a small town near Amsterdam, after local activists lobby against the environmental impact of such a project. Making data centers more sustainable is one of the challenges on which the future of the digital transition is being played out. In this context, on the one hand, American big techs are self-regulating themselves. For instance, Microsoft has announced a plan to switch to 100% renewables in its data center by 2025. On the other side of the Atlantic, the European Commission is planning to announce a plan this fall calling out data centers' environmental impact. They could, by 2025, get a label detailing their energy and water usage, just like fridge or washing machines. At the same time, the EU aims to free itself from dependence on US data centers. 90% of EU data is in fact managed by US companies, and would like to pass to climate-neutral edge computing. At stake is not only leadership in global technological competition, but, above all, the future of our planet.